What's going on? What's going on, team? Welcome back to another week. Welcome back to another Money Monday, another weekly stock talk. This week, what we're going to be doing, we're going to be doing something a little bit different. Normally, what we do is we talk about the NASDAQ, we talk about the SPY, we talk about 5 or 6 or sometimes even 10 opportunities to pay attention to throughout the week. And then everybody gets to see the breakdown from the technical analysis side of things as to why we see value in those stocks. However, this week we're going to do something a little bit different. I'm actually going to be showing my P&L for the day for the first time. So if you guys like seeing the P&L, you guys like to see the actual results and not me just talking about technicals and what things I'm watching and whatnot. I'm going to try to be doing that a little bit more often if I get enough likes. So make sure to smash that like button. If you guys aren't subscribed, make sure to subscribe and let's jump right into it. So today what we're going to be doing is we're going to be talking about the NASDAQ and we're going to be talking about the SPY, which is the S&P 500. And we're going to be talking about why, or not why, but how you can be trading either direction that it's going in, right? So we've been seeing the market correct for the last 2 days. So Monday, we saw the market dropping, and Friday, we saw the market dropping. And so oftentimes people don't really know how to make money without, shorting, or they just sit it out if they don't know what to trade when the market's pulling back or when the market's going up, right? So the only time people usually try to trade is when the market's going up. And, that's totally fine if you're a beginner trader and you have no idea what you're doing. Absolutely, but I just wanted to use this time and use this video to show you guys the possibilities and the opportunities. So today, woke up in the morning, we ended up seeing a break above the VWAP, that middle VWAP, and we were holding above the EMA here on the 4-hour chart and the 1-hour chart on SQQQ. And what that does is, in essence, SQQQ goes up when the NASDAQ and the SPY go down, and TQQQ goes down when the NASDAQ and the SPY go down. So you can see that the SPY was going down for Friday and Saturday. And you can see Friday and Saturday, if I zoom in a little bit more, Friday and Saturday, we saw the TQQQ ETF going down as well. On the other side, we saw SQQQ actually going up. So these are inverse ETFs. And that's kind of what I'm going to be focusing on this week for myself. And so I wanted to use this opportunity and use this video to show you guys kind of the process and behind the scenes as to what I'm doing and what I'm paying attention to when I'm trading these inverse ETFs. So we've been seeing a lot of volatility in the market. We saw it try to recover on Thursday, and then we ended up seeing a bit of a resistance here at 450. Last week, we were talking about that pullback and potential bounce here at 450 and a continuation. However, we ended up seeing the Fed come out with a little bit more of an aggressive stance as towards the interest rates, meaning that they're going to be trying to raise them a little bit more intensely. And obviously, we haven't seen too much resolution going on with Ukraine and Russia. And so that has also kind of been piling up. One more thing that I did want to bring up today is the fact that the CPI report, the Consumer Price Index report, is coming out tomorrow at 8:30 a.m. Eastern Standard Time, right? So here on the West Coast, that's actually going to be at 5:30. So if you guys aren't active day traders and you guys aren't up 5 in the morning doing pre-market prep work, just know that this is going to actually have an influence on the overall market and the direction that it's going to be going into. And oftentimes, if you guys aren't active traders and you guys don't wake up this early in the morning, you guys are still going to be asleep when this change is going to actually take effect. Last time we had the CPI report come out, we saw a little bit more of continuation to the downside, but then we saw a recovery happen. And that's just historic, right? But what happened in that instance was the CPI report was not worse than we expected. So we expected it to be worse, and it ended up not being that bad. So this time around, we're not really sure where it's going to be going. Obviously, that just really depends on how bad inflation has gotten. And so we're going to be really paying attention to that tomorrow morning and see if the CPI report is worse or the same as what we expect, right? If it's worse, obviously, we're going to see more selling in the overall market. If it's as bad as we expected or not as bad as we expected, then we'll potentially see a bounce at this 440, 438 level that we're currently at on the SPY. So if you guys take a look at the SPY, you can see that we're here at 438, 440. That level has actually been a resistance. So let me go ahead and switch these. I'm going to put this SQQQ over here. That way you guys can see that. And on the bigger, more obvious chart, I'm going to pull up SPY. That way I can show you guys everything that's going on with the SPY. So taking a look at the SPY, like I said, we've been selling off. Let me go to the 4-hour chart. We've been selling off. We found resistance right up here at 460, 461. We found resistance, and then we ended up coming down. Check the support here at 450. Attempted to break back up. Had a hard time breaking above 455, 458, ended up breaking below 450. And now we're sitting at that 440, 438 level right here. So on one side, what we're looking at from a technical standpoint is the fact that we are actually fairly oversold. So see, the RSI is turning blue, which means that we're below 30 RSI, indicating that we're more so in the oversold territory. That doesn't necessarily mean that we're not going to continue to sell off, but that does mean that, you know, the demand for that selling is slowing down. And that is obviously, you know, because we are approaching this resistance level, and these resistance levels have been built out based on historic patterns, right? Based on where we found resistance previously, and now where we're finding it again. So this is just validating that this is a strong resistance and a support level. Obviously, it's acting as a support right now, but tomorrow morning after the CPI report comes out, whether we break above and we bounce on this level, or we break below, is really what's going to determine which one we're going to be playing. We're going to be either playing SQQQ or we're going to be playing TQQQ, right? So if we do see a bounce at this 440 level, 438 level, and the CPI report acts as a positive catalyst, we'll see TQQQ bounce and begin to recover as well. So we're going to take a long position on TQQQ. However, if we do see a break below this and a continuation to sell off, we're actually going to be going for SQQQ, because when the market's dropping, SQQQ is going up and TQQQ is going down. So that's basically the game plan. Today's video is going to be fairly simple. That's basically what I'm going to be focusing on throughout the week. I'm just going to be paying attention to the SPY, to the NASDAQ, to the overall market. Tomorrow, I'm going to be paying attention to the CPI report. And then based on that, I'm going to be deciding if I'm going to be trading SQQQ or TQQQ. And so that's basically the strategy behind it. That's kind of what I was doing today. That's why you guys saw that $600 profit. And so that's something that you can basically do on a daily basis. It doesn't necessarily have to be different stocks that you're trading every day. It can just be an inverse ETF. And so, you know, like I said, sometimes people don't know how to make money when the market's dropping. So I want this video to act as a reference for them to know that, hey, I don't need to necessarily know how to short or take a position with put options. I can actually just trade an inverse ETF and still make money when the market's falling. So hopefully this video helps some of you guys. If this is something new to you guys and you guys learn something new, make sure to smash that like button. If you guys aren't subscribed, subscribe. We do these videos every single Monday night. And so make sure that, you know, if you guys want to stay in the loop and you guys want to make sure that you guys know kind of what I'm paying attention to and looking at from a technical standpoint, you guys can get those alerts every time if you subscribe, and obviously click on those post notification bells. So that's pretty much it with today's video. As far as the team actually, the Phaser Trading Academy team, the team that I work with on a one-on-one basis, actually gets an actual watch list for the week. It's not just the inverse ETFs that I talked about today. They actually got an actual watch list of stocks that we're also paying attention to. If you guys liked this video and you guys want me to make videos a little bit more short, and talk about a little bit less and not so much different opportunities, but rather maybe one or two for the week, let me know. Type that in the comments. If you guys have a stock or a different ETF that you guys are paying attention to that has an inverse that you guys have been trading, make sure to drop that in the comments as well. And I'll see you guys on next week's Stock Talk video.